Hello, everyone. This is the 22nd and 24th President of the United States. Clara Danes here with a message for all you Gila monsters in the audience. You can now watch the Bonehead Cartoon by clicking the link in the description. Also, be sure to like, share, subscribe, rate, and repeat. And maybe, just maybe, I'll grant you 3 wishes.
It's time for Ink the Book Show with your host, Ryan O'Connor. And now, let's ink the book.
Howdy, people. Are you ready to ink your book? I'm ready to ink my book. We're doing page, it says it's page 152 of Bonehead, my first graphic novel. So here's what we're doing. Look at that big monster worm. Okay. Man, April and May have not been friendly months for streaming for me. I've not been on as often as I'd like to be, but with apologies, but I'm here today. Ready to ink. Just a sec. I always do it the wrong way. Get some light on here. Wonk. Now that's a shot. Okay. How's everybody doing? It's my nephew's birthday today. He's 2 years old. He was born on Mother's Day 2 years ago. But today it's not Mother's Day. It's Mexican Mother's Day, the 10th. So a lot of people out here still celebrate it today. Me, I just celebrate Junior's birthday. Let me see if I got any responses to my... Nope, nobody cares. Nobody wants to come on the show with me. Bad friends. Bad siblings. Bad life. Nah, it's okay. So we tried to record a new Namjust episode last night. If you haven't seen the new one, that's up on the Namjust channel, NAHMJUST, of YouTube. Now we're finding our way. The last one was probably my favorite one. It's called Monkeys Ain't People. And it kills me. tried to record a new episode last night, and everything was going wrong, so we scrapped it. We're going to try again tonight. They're trying to get another one in, my two brothers, Mike and Liam. They're trying to get another episode in before they go to Florida in a couple days. I think they're going together to Florida. I think it's in 3 days. Oh, you know what? I don't usually fill in his eyebrows. What a dingus. Because I think his eyebrows are generally going to be green. I can't do anything right. It doesn't help that I've been inking so infrequently lately. But I put up a couple sketchbook drawings today. Finally got some new markers. I still need more. Because I haven't replaced any in so long. But so Mother's Day was the other day. I went over to see my mom. I brought her flowers. I brought her like a bouquet of flowers as well as a potted thing of flowers that she might transplant into the yard at some point, probably. If I know my mom, but maybe not. I got her a whole bunch of tea because I'm always drinking tea because I got it from my Irish mother. I was raised on tea. I bought her a bunch of tea. I bought her 2 boxes of Tetley, a box of Red Rose, and I got her a mug, a ceramic mug, and I got her, I think other than that, I just got her a gift card and a card. We hung out, we barbecued. Me, Mike, and Liam hung out a little bit. I can't remember. This week's been a blurred. I think I mostly I don't think I saw Mikey. I saw my brother Jimmy. I was hanging out with him and his kids. Yeah, I didn't see Mike. I just missed him. One of my sisters was there, but my other 2 sisters weren't there. What else is new? I went outside and had a cup of tea while I listened to the new Always Sunny podcast episode and worked in my sketchbook to get some beautiful weather. You know, I was just thinking the other day, I was like, oh, that tree in my yard, it's going to bloom and be beautiful any day now. Every year, the tree in my front yard when the weather gets good, it turns bright red and looks real beautiful, but it only lasts like a week. And then it kind of, all the leaves wilt and turn brown for the rest of the year until they all fall off. And I was out there looking at my tree. I think I missed it. Now it's right outside my window, but I always have mostly because of the show lately, I have the blinds down and the window covered up, so I missed it. I meant to open up the window in time for that, and it didn't occur to me today that I think I missed it. Dang. I look forward to it every year. But it's so short-lived. The weather just got nice, like, this past week. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Maybe, maybe it's still yet to come. I don't know. I don't know how trees work. I don't know nothing about stuff. I'm just some hack artist. Some hack cartoonist. Oh, dang it. Not looking at my lines well enough. I'm following the wrong lines through. I just had South Park playing in the background while I inked the panels. I like South Park and Always Sunny because I'm classless. A classless ignoramus. Oh man, what happened to my eraser? I had another eraser, but I think I may have left it outside. What am I even looking for it for? I think to clear this up so I could make some sense of it. Or I might have just been looking for this, actually. The ink eraser. Beef up his outline. To make him stand out. Oop. Oh, So, what was it? The 7th. Has it been 3 days since I did a show? No, I didn't. I don't know. But I don't know. A few days ago, I was gonna do a no, I knew I wasn't gonna do a show because we were doing a murder mystery party for my roommate who had her birthday like a couple weeks ago, but she wasn't going to be able to get together with her friends until this week. So it was like this past Christmas, I got her this murder mystery party thing where there's some website. It's got a bunch of murder mystery games that you can buy, and then it gives you a bunch of videos and a bunch of instructions and clues, and then it gives you the answer key, and you're just trying to figure out who done it out of like these 11, 12 people in a scenario. It's kind of like Clue, but not a board game. And it was really fun. And we all kind of got the right answer, but we also kind of guessed too much and specifically by the end. And so we were kind of right, kind of wrong. But it'd be worth doing it again, I think. It was like a $50 party pack thing. It was fun. What else? I was gonna come on Monday yesterday, but we were trying to get a Namjost episode recorded, which fell through, so I should have just done a drawing stream. But also I was watching the new episode of Better Call Saul with my roommate, which we do together on Mondays until it's over. These are the final episodes, too. It's getting good. I mean, it's always been good. It's a good show. But I need more free time to work on this again. So let's see. What do we need? We need to put this hand in front. So we're going to try to record the new episode of Namjost again tonight. It was weird last night. It was like I think me and Liam were like ready to doze off shortly before we came on, but then we like muscled through and came on, and it was just very low energy. It was there were a lot of technical difficulties, and we had like nothing planned. I mean, we didn't the time before either, really, but it wasn't working out this time so far anyway. But then we just called it quits. The new episode that did go up on his channel, on the channel, he tried something new by doing a little teaser intro, a little cold open kind of thing. And then in the, because he writes a new song for every episode. I did I did an extended intro with some animation in it for no good reason. So you can check that out. It's got a little rushed animation in it. Here's Bonehead. The last few pages have been a flashback of this guy's life. So we haven't seen Bonehead in the past few pages. Here's our protagonist, everybody. Oh, I could show you what I posted to Instagram and Twitter today. Oh no, I can't. It's out in the it's outside the room. I usually have my sketchbook sitting right here, but I left it right outside that door. I'm not gonna go get it. Sorry. But you can check out my Instagram and Twitter, which are linked to in the description. Wasn't that nice of me? Let's see. I posted the curious boneheaded child number 2. I plan on doing this series of so in college I started drawing these weird fake bone shapes, and I always intended to do like a series of paintings of them or something. I never did, but I was trying to draw some recently, and then there's also this series, not series exactly, but throughout my posts over the past few years, occasionally I'll always come back to drawing weird kids with things for a head, like a cereal bowl or a fire hydrant. Every once in a while I just draw a kid with a thing for a head. And I thought it would be cool to kind of merge those two and do curious boneheaded kids. And so I posted the second one today. Maybe I'll do more of those. I have one other one drawn out. It's just not colored yet. It's not easy. It's not as easy to come up with the shapes as it doesn't come as naturally to me as it used to. But also I feel like I'm in a kind of a sketchbook slump lately. But I also posted some duck character in a sweater. So that's fun. The weather's so nice. I think I'm gonna. Well, after we do the Nam Just, I don't know when we're supposed to do that, but afterwards, I think I might have that cigar I found a while back. I still haven't had it. I didn't know I had any cigars left, and I found one in my glove compartment right before Easter, and I keep looking for an excuse to smoke it, and I haven't done it yet. I think tonight's going to be a good night for that. There's Bonehead. That's our little guy. And here's all his friends back here. Billy TV, Petunia, and Mort. They're all tied to chairs. What's that about? How snidely whiplash. Would he tie people to chairs? Was that a thing? No, what's the... Dangerous Dan? Is that a character? Somebody that looks like Snidely Whiplash, but isn't Snidely Whiplash. Who's the devilish character that would always tie women to train tracks? Someone from like Rocky and Bullwinkle, I think. Some Jay Ward animation. Pierre Lafoot? I think Jay Ward did do the old Captain Crunch commercials. Pretty sure. Was that the character's name? The bad guy for Captain Crunch was Pierre Lafoot. I've done a lot of research on Captain Crunch back in the day. I can't. I don't feel like explaining how about that, but Pierre Lafoot. It was for a speech class. That's what I did it for. I had to prove for a speech class that Captain Crunch was better than Tony the Tiger. Jean Lafoot. I almost said that too, but I thought it was Pierre. Jean Lafoot. He's Captain Crunch's nemesis. It's a barefooted pirate. Whoosh. So I came up with all my reasons for why this was like, I don't know, 10 years ago or so. Maybe longer. Time keeps on slipping. But I was running it past my now roommate Tyler. And Tyler, the contrarian, would side with Tony the Tiger as I was kind of trying to make my case. And so we always would get into heated arguments about who was better. Captain Crunch or Tony the Tiger. Though we haven't delved into that in a long time. Let's see. Let's bring it in closer. Even though I'm probably going to be running into the camera with the brush in a second. Okay. So there's Billy. Here's Petunia. Oh. And I'm hungry. But all I got here is some candy. Oh, I've got some Girl Scout cookies up there too. I got some trefoils. Trefoils. Ooh. I don't know what that ooh was about. Wah, wah. She's got some sparkles on her dress. Let's see if I can kind of throw some in there.
It's a date night dress. Technically. She went out for date night but got stood up. Here's her tail. Her wisp. And Mort, who's present but doesn't have a lot to say or do in this scene. So I've still got some time, but there's a big scene at the end that needs a lot of rewriting and redrawing that I gotta get on soon. So at the end of the book, I've written notes on it. I've written like an outline on what it's got to be changed to, but I haven't gone into the script and edited it. But I kind of made notes of like, I tried to make it so I would have to change as little of what is already drawn as possible. But I think it's mostly going to entail adding pages to the story. This is the book that never ends. Yes, it goes on and on, my friends. Some people started reading it not knowing what it was, and they'll continue reading it forever just because this is the book that never ends. Yes, it goes on and on, my friends. Some people started reading it not knowing what it was, and they'll continue reading it forever just because this is the book that never ends. And it goes on and on, my friends. Some people started reading it not... Okay. Ooh, wait, my stomach's growling. I do her chair legs. Rope. Sometimes I've got nothing to say, so I say the part that I'm drawing. Rope. Let's see. There's oh. So these are the doors back here that they just came through, or some time ago came through. Clean this mess up. I just don't want that to go straight across the top of her bow right there. So that's what's called a tangent. You have two lines meet at a perfect point, or line cross a line just so when it's not supposed to, where it just kind of draws the eye right to it when it shouldn't. It just stands out in a bad way. all these like little seams on the ground or something. Here's the rest of the corner here. Let's see what I did. Oh, I don't even. I'm gonna try and see what I did on previous pages as far as shadows on the wall. Wrong scene. Way too far back. Okay, this is the back wall behind the chairs. This here. And then where's the wall by the door? Might not see it. This is all flashback, so I might not just have it yet. Okay. So this wall can all go to black for sure. Because I know I at least planned on this wall being consistently black. Now this one, I swear I drew the inside. I drew this wall earlier. Let's see. They enter the room here. Oh, okay, I see there's the door. There's the door. Okay, it's not really addressed yet, so I'm gonna throw a shadow down this little angular thing like that. Let's clean up that line. It's not straight anymore. I don't think it was ever straight. I draw like a very focused 4-year-old. As far as 34-year-olds go, I don't pay enough attention. That's okay. That's okay because I'm the easiest one to forgive. By my own standards. Okay. Everyone else doesn't stand a chance of forgiveness. But me, I can forgive all day long. I don't care what I did. I don't care if I murdered a bus full of devout Christian babies. I'm sorry. No harm done. Off you go. Okay. Let's see now. Now let's draw this guy. The trap worm. He's getting a scratch on the chin. I like to go beefy on the outlines, especially of the prominent figures, to kind of help them stand out on the page. So here's something I did with the character at the beginning of the book, Doyle, and also the trap worm. I didn't realize I did it with both of them, I don't think, until just now. Is I gave them one normal antenna that just kind of has, it's kind of like a U or a V, and then I gave them one crooked antenna. I think that was inadvertently inspired by Rocco's Modern Life. Just the asymmetry of it. There's a lot of asymmetry, and there's no parallel lines in Rocco's Modern Life. It's a very whimsical style going on. And I think a lot about Rocco's Modern Life. Like, even just only in the back of my head, I think a lot about Rocco's Modern Life while I'm doing Bonehead. You'll see there's some direct nods to Rocco's Modern Life in the cartoon. If you click on the link in the description and watch the cartoon of Bonehead that I made. If you're familiar with Rocco, you'll catch at least one character that's just I put him in there with Rocco's Modern Life in mind. But I designed I don't know. I guess I kind of designed a couple characters with Rocco's Modern Life in the back of my mind. Gladys kind of reminds me of Bev Big Head. And that's why I gave her the Bev Big Head voice. Oh, Doyle. Oh, Doyle. Rocco. But she's got that like beehive hairdo. But it's kind of my love letter, because that cartoon is kind of my love letter to Joe Murray's, Rocco's Modern Life, and maybe Camp Lazlo a little bit. Even Bonehead's pants and feet being just straight black. That's kind of a nod to Camp Lazlo. Like, when I designed Bonehead, I thought it would be cool to have like simple legs like that. I thought it would make him very graphic and very simple to animate. And when I was animating the cartoon, I was reading Joe Murray's book. Let's see, let me find it. It's in here somewhere. Joe Murray's, oh, it's right here. Creating animated cartoons with character. So, I got a lot of ideas from this book while I was making the Bonehead cartoon. And I kind of just wanted to, and you'll see I even dedicated, I don't know if I dedicated it to Joe Murray, but I did give a shout out to Joe Murray and his book, Creating Animated Cartoons with Character, in the credits of it. Because that was kind of my making that cartoon's Bible, in a way. I got a lot of help from that. It doesn't really tell you how to animate, but it kind of, one resource that I found very helpful in that book was there's kind of like a production schedule kind of thing that I remember being helpful. He shows how like cartoons are broken down, like how they're, like when you're making an animated series, like all the episodes, like all 12 or whatever episodes are all in different stages of production at once. But I know the one way that helped me was I saw all the different stages of production. Like first you do this all the way through, then you do this all the way through, then you do this all the way through, kind of like that. So that I kind of used that to some capacity on Bonehead. And I don't know. I was just trying to make Bonehead feel very SpongeBob. Like you'll notice Bonehead is voiced by my brother, and my direction for him was to make him sound kind of like I had recorded all the Bonehead dialogue in kind of like a Fry from Futurama, Billy West kind of voice, I think. And then so that was kind of part of his jumping off, like what he was coming into when I cast him as Bonehead. I did the whole cartoon with a scratch vocal. Like I knew I didn't want to keep it because I didn't want to be doing all the voices in the whole thing. I wanted my brother to do the main character. But I did that so he would have something to go off of. And then when he was kind of like looking for more direction, I told him it was supposed to be like an everyman kind of voice, but which is why I kind of did Fry from Futurama a little bit. And then but I told him I kind of wanted it to be kind of like SpongeBob-y. So he kind of just did a SpongeBob-y thing. But I tried to make the whole cartoon feel as much like Rocko's Modern Life and SpongeBob as possible, because I think they just have a good it's very much in the spirit that I see Bonehead being. I don't know. Bonehead's got its own unique flavor to it, but great. And I was looking at a lot of things. Like I was thinking I think I was looking at Hey Arnold a lot because that takes place in a city like Bonehead does, and I just wanted it to feel kind of like 90s cartoons if I could pull it off at all. Now I don't know how I did as far as that goes, but the chicken in it at the beginning, he kind of like my take on a John Crispolucci character. I'm even doing like a John Crispolucci voice on him. Oh, that's another thing. You'll notice like all kinds of like funny animal sound effects throughout the cartoon. That's something I got from creating cartoons with character. Um, Joe Murray kind of talks about how like in Camp Lazlo, anytime somebody fell off screen, you'd always hear like when they crash, you'd always hear like a little goat bleat. They would always use the same sound effect of like a goat going. Bleh. So it was like every time he would imagine like his character falling on the same poor goat. His character's falling on the same poor goat. And I thought that was funny. But it got me using all kinds of animal sound effects throughout. So you'll hear like frog chirp or frog ribbits and for two very cartoonish effects. Like there's one point where Bonehead gets he can like his expression changes, but when it does, there's like a ribbit. And I thought that was very funny. I also used the goat thing when the chicken falls off screen. He jumps out the window, and when you hear him crash, you hear that goat bleat. What else? I used like a chimp howl at one point. A lot of animal sound effects. I realized how funny those were to use. For sound effects in cartoons. It's like, there's never any of those animals present, but the noises can be used to great effect. Though, when the chicken first comes on screen, I'm pretty sure I do use some like I don't. It might not even be chicken noises. It might be just like a pigeon coo or something. Because I have him cocking his head around like he's just a normal rooster. But then he starts yelling, "Hey, bite down in there!" Let's see. Here's the rest of his grin. Times at 750. It's going to be the first time I finish a page on stream, like start and finish a page in one stream in a while. April and May so far have been really cruel to my streaming time. Hopefully, we've come to an end of that. Hopefully. Let me bring that back. I like this. I love the trap. He's like a little pet here. He's getting a scratch on his chin. The details in here are too vague, so I'm kind of... Past me is not very nice to future me. Or to present me. More definitive shadow underneath the tongue. Need a more unified brush tip. Okay, there we go. It was getting splitty on me. It's the shadow from this antenna onto the other. Oh, I wonder when my brothers want to stream. I guess we're not streaming it. We're not live streaming it. We record it on StreamYard like I do this show, but we don't live stream it. We just he just saves the footage from it and then he edits it and then posts it. Now I'm sword fighting with the camera. My brush. Can't have it. Can't have it. Here's its mouth. Oh, it's supposed to have another cross tie here. There we go. Okay. Here's his elaborate jacket with all its whistles and bells. Caramba. Okay. And then I'm going to make this a little more shadow heavy. Yeah, I think that works. Here's the other part of his collar. Okay. Here's what I'm thinking. I think. No, I don't want to do that. I was trying to decide whether or not I want to put the whole background black, but I'll go to some other color. I just don't want to lose the outline to his head, which I really like. I can make it a different color. And that's not the best reason to not do something, because I like the way a line looks or something. But I don't know. I'm going to stick to that decision. See, I'm trying to separate the corner of this bone from the corner of this tooth, because they kind of blended in too much together the way I inked it originally. Now they're kind of separate shapes. So just didn't want it to flow like right into the other, so they don't blend in at the line art level. The color level will help separate things, but if the more you can do at the line art level, the inking level, the better. You don't want like little visual arguments all over your page. I'm not the best at avoiding them, but I try to keep an eye out as much as possible. Other artists can see mistakes like that from a mile away, but even worse, it's like the layman picks up on it too. They might not be able to identify it or articulate it, but people who don't know why a drawing doesn't work or something, they can still perceive that something's not right on the page, and then they'll get caught up staring at details at mistakes that you don't want them focusing on. You don't want to leave a sour note in your audience's mouth before they turn the page, It's kind of the philosophy. All right. I got a little brush happy there. I got a little drunk behind the brush there. It still needs to be cleaned up a little better. I'm going to go with this guy. There's a little less control to this thing, but it puts the white on way more solid than those Sakura Jelly Roll pens. This is the Presto Jumbo Correction pen from Pentel. I'm trying to focus it. So I was talking about a while back is before I went and saw Sonic in theaters. I was thinking I wanted to kind of see the new Batman in theaters because I was hearing it was good from surprising sources. I was hearing it was really good, and I was like, okay, maybe I'll bite. Maybe I'll go see it. Then I found out it was 3 hours long, and I didn't bother. Because I don't got like a whole day to watch a Batman movie. I'm sorry. You know, you drive down to the movies and getting ready and sit in the theater for 3 hours, then drive home. It's like, who's got the time? I'm sorry, I don't. But my roommate and my two roommates who are fiancés of one another, they both saw it recently. My roommate, who's a big comic book guy, did not like the new Batman movie. And it's kind of what I suspected all along. It takes itself too seriously, kind of a little too heavy-handed, gritty. And there's a way to do it, but make it fun, and I don't know. I wish I could get him on this show. Talk about Batman or something for a while. But nobody wants to pay with me. I thought about giving this panel a background, but I think it doesn't need one. There is some page coming up I saw where it's like I didn't do a single background on the whole page. And it's like, oof, I gotta address that page before I work on it. It's like I didn't even try to put a background on it. Sometimes it's lazy. Sometimes it's like it's just a premeditated thing. Like there's going to be dialogue here. It'll be more of an emotional panel if I just put a red background there, I think. It'll kind of sell the idea going on there. It's probably what I was thinking. But on that page with no backgrounds, that's just laziness. I gotta It's past me being mean to future me again. I'm gonna be a good me and be nice to my future self today. I'll show you what I mean. Down the line. Before I finish this page, I'll show you what I mean. How long have I been going? An hour and a half. Okay. Just wondering. Okay. But yeah, this is the first time I've done a page start to finish on a stream in a bit. I don't know when the last time was, but I know it's been a while. Hopefully I can do one I should be able to do a full page tomorrow too. I already did the panels and the sound effects for tomorrow. I usually do that ahead of time. It's usually like before I start a stream, that's usually what I do. Or once in a while, I just go through 10 pages and just ink all the panels and all the sound effects. To get it out of the way. I don't know if I brought this up before, but my brother Mike, he was telling us about. He sent me a link to this little music video, and it's a song about Luigi's Mansion. It's called Phantom Dancing. I think the artist is called CG5 or something like that. But the song is called Phantom Dancing, and there's an animated. Now there's a 3D animated one, and it's similar to the 2D animated one, but I'm talking about the 2D animated one. Where my brother's like, "Hey, you gotta check this video out because my daughter, my niece, his daughter, so all my nieces and nephews, they're getting real into Mario and Luigi and Nintendo characters right now. My brother got a GameCube, and they're playing. They all love playing Luigi's Mansion and stuff like that. And so they're all into that right now, and they found this video on YouTube of Phantom Dancing, and it's about Luigi's Mansion, the song, And the animation is really cool too. And but my brother was telling me that my niece, she showed it to my brother, and she was like, she every time she played it, because she kept playing it over and over, kept wanting to watch it over and over, and but every time she played it, she would like burst into tears. And he's like, what's the matter? Why are you crying? I thought you wanted to watch this. And she said, I'm sad because I like it. And it was like every time, there's like a line in the song where Luigi says, like, I just want my brother home. And he's looking at a locket, a star-shaped locket with him and Luigi, or with Mario and Luigi in it. And she would just burst into tears every time. It's like she really, I don't know, she was like emotionally connected to and she's 2. No, sorry, she's 3 going on 4 this summer. But I just thought that was so cool that she really resonates with the storyline of trying to save her save her brother. And I don't know that she got that emotional about it. And then her brother, meanwhile, was like, no, I'm not playing it anymore. Like, she kept asking him to play it again. He's like, no, I'm not playing it anymore. I'm sick of it. We just watched it 4 times. And now she wants a star-shaped locket with her and her family in it. So I'm trying to find just the right one. I'm sure my brother's looking for it too. I don't know. But it's an alright song, the Phantom Dancing. If you like Luigi's Mansion, I guess you'll really like it. But the animation is really well done. I think it's really cool. And I've never really seen the end of the game before. My brothers were all surprised by this. They thought because it was kind of big in our house for when it came out, Luigi's Mansion. And but I didn't play it much. I've never been a big video game player. And they were all surprised to hear that I'd never seen the end of Luigi's Mansion before. So I was like, oh, that stuff with the fire and the King Boo and the Bowser, like that was all cool. And they're like, well, yeah, it's like the end of the game. I was like, well, I never saw it. And they're like, what? I'm like, I got a life to live, suckers. No. No, it kind of makes me want to play the game, actually. I'm watching my nephew play Luigi's Mansion. He like gets like 5 ghost bosses in the span of like, I don't know how long. It wasn't long. I was like, dang, you're cruising through this game. Because Luigi's Mansion is a game that I could play. There's a lot of games that I wouldn't be able to even play. Because I'm so out of touch with video games. But I can play. I'm capable of playing Luigi's Mansion. It looks kind of fun and nostalgic to me now. So I could get into it, but you know. I'm probably not going to play it though. Maybe if I go to my brother's and we're all hanging out and the kids are in bed. Maybe then. Yeah, and my other brother Jimmy, he's now getting a because he saw how much my brother Mike's kids liked Luigi's Mansion. He's just now ordering an Xbox from eBay or something like that. And no, not an Xbox. I'm sorry, a GameCube. And getting Luigi's Mansion for his kids because he wants them to play it too. Because they're getting into through my other niece and nephew. His kids are getting into Mario and Luigi too. So he thinks they'd really like to try the game also. Though his kids, they don't really play video games or stuff like that so far. I don't think they even watch like a whole lot of TV. They're more tactile kids. They like making stuff and which I don't want to melt. I'm sad to think that he's going to melt their brains introducing them to video games. Denton Crooks. Oh, you know what I didn't put? These little epaulette, I don't know what they are. I had a jacket with something like this on it, where he's got these little straps on his shoulders. too many parts to this jacket. Phantom dancing. And I'll put another one here. There we go. That's the stuff. Hostess. Okay, last panel. Oh man, I was watching some stand-up by Trevor Moore last night. Trevor Moore, the main guy on Whitest Kids You Know, which was a sketch comedy show on Comedy Central for 5 years, maybe about 10 years ago. No, longer. He died a couple of years ago. Trevor Moore died a couple of years ago, unfortunately. He was like 41. And man, I am bummed out about that. I loved Whitest Kids You Know. I was thinking about it because what got me watching Trevor Moore's stand-up was it like auto-played after I watched a clip from Whitest Kids You Know that my roommate sent me of Trevor Moore and Zach Krager. It's a sketch from Whitest Kids You Know where Trevor runs into Zach in the park, and Zach's got like this big gallon of PCP, and it's like they're catching up, but he's like, "Oh, what's that you got there?" And he's like, "Oh, just a gallon of PCP." It's like, a gallon of that's illegal, right? Like, yeah. He's like, "Oh yeah, it's a felony." And you've just got it there anyway. Yep. I don't know. It's worth checking out. I'm not gonna do it justice. Okay. I'm not gonna do it justice. Whitest Kids You Know, gallon of PCP. You'll find it. If you're under the age of a million, maybe don't watch it. It's like, I didn't even know it came in liquid form. There's a lot of like absurdist humor in Whitest Kids You Know. It's so good though. Boy, I'm hungry. I can't wait till I finish this stinking page. I'm going on a hunger strike until I finish this page. I'm protesting my laziness. I don't think you can hear it, but my stomach is growling. Urge to abandon post increasing. Not really. Here, I'm gonna do like a double line here. Because both these walls are largely going to go to black. Okay, just looking. She's gonna have like just like this frilly collar here. She has it on her wrists too. I gotta look ahead though. Let's see. No, she doesn't. Too much ink. There we go. I could just see how fat with ink the tip of my brush was. It was gonna make a mess if I just threw down a line. Got some bubbles interrupting this line. Woman in a vat. Or is it? I've got to say that to every time I talk about what's on the page now because we're getting to the climax of the book. Gotta go, or is it? So you're like, oh, maybe I don't know what's going on. That's one way to Well, I was going to say evade spoilers, but not necessarily, right? Because then the book comes out and people are like, okay, that's what I thought happened originally, but he said, or is it? I'm still not surprised. I knew it looked like a person in a vat. So this platform is like raising. Oh no, the whole thing is raising up out of the ground. Out of this thing. Or is it? I almost forgot. I hear some kind of cacophony in my house. I think someone's vacuuming. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Oh, dang it. Eyebrows, forehead, floaty hair. Something's funny. I hear my roommates laughing. Laughter is usually heard when something is funny. You've heard of this. Laughter? You're familiar, no? So now I'm hungry and I have to go to the bathroom. And I'm a no talent bum. So I need this page to be done. Okay. It's another thing I say when I've got nothing to say. I say, okay. Okay. So take a shot every time I just out of the blue go, okay. Whoa, 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 slow down, drunkie. I was just explaining the rules. I said it with purpose those times. So let's see, this is going to be the shadow behind it. So this part's going to be black. And then the shadow comes down here. Here's the edge of this wall. There's a little window of light right there. And draw this part. Here, let me stuck my hand in the wet ink. Oof. Need to get some ink off this brush. Okay. Okay. And then, so this is coming to black. All here. And then, oh man, now look at that. Well, that's fine, because that's going to black too. Trying to be careful not to drag ink all across the page. Can't you tell how careful I'm trying to be? By continually sticking my hand in the ink. Okay, let's see. Gotta beef this up. It just helps give it more of a presence when you add the line. Usually, like, just making the outlines a bit thicker really helps your drawing pop. Put a bit of a shadow under her chin. Drop shadows help too. Oh, that was terrible. I filled in that white line a little bit. Oops. I was born with 2 left hands. No. I'm left-handed, so let's say I was born with 2 right hands. Boy, I gotta make a sissy bad. I use the toilet. That's a antiquated way of saying I gotta pee-pee. I accidentally talk old-fashioned sometimes. Where, like, every once in a while I'll say something and they'll be like, "Did you just say crime?" No. Did you just say... I don't know. My dad... I sincerely don't remember this, but my dad always brings up... I guess one time I said to my mom, "I didn't just fall off the turnip truck yesterday, sister." And I don't... He's been telling me that for years, and I don't remember ever having said that. That doesn't even sound like me to me. It's like he channels dead crazy people. You think it's a cry for help? That's from Venture Brothers. That's how I feel when I hear that I said something I don't recall ever saying. Okay. And I just gotta do these like power chords or whatever they are. I don't know if these are like electric conductor circuit thingies on the floor or what. I keep drawing them. Okay, maybe it's a laboratory. And a little drop shadow behind that on the wall. It's probably way too much of that. Yeah, I don't like that. I'll let that dry a sec. Here's page 152. Okay. Big gun. Big gun. Okay. Let's see what page I'm doing tomorrow. So this one's got a lot of sound effects on it. It's him walking up to the vat. Allegedly. Him leaning on it. Or is he? Hits a button. Or so it would seem. Water starts draining, we think. And then that drains. Technically, the vat opens, at least as it appears to the naked eye. And he stands there holding a little flask. Psych. So that's what's coming tomorrow. I'm Ryan. I gotta eat. I gotta pee. And I'll be back tomorrow. Click the link in the description to watch the Bonehead cartoon that I made a couple years ago. If you don't see a link, if you're watching this on Twitch, if you don't see a link right now, you'll see a link shortly. I'll add it in a sec. I'm Ryan O'Connor. This has been Ink the Book Show, where I'm inking my first graphic novel, Bonehead. Be a pal. Like, share, subscribe. drink the Kool-Aid. Bye, everybody. I love tacos.